Hi, welcome to another episode of Resonate with Edgehill and Davis. I'm Owen Edgehill.
And I'm David Davis. In red today, bright red.
The guy in red.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Is that? Yeah.
What are you going to say?
No, I was just kind of saying we're getting close to Christmas, aren't we? Bit of Santa
Yes.
things, bit of Santa stuff going on.
Yeah, should have my white beard on, man, and all.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah. Good week, and hectic, as it always is.
Indeed.
You know, you got your dramas as you do. What about your week?
Yeah, I was up in the north last week.
Up north again.
Nice accent, man. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Seeing family and all that.
Cool. Everyone
Nice
good?
rest. Yeah, everyone's good. As I mentioned, you got a fan. My mum.
Oh yeah. So what's your mum's name?
Sister B.
Sister B, how you doing? I'm a fan of yours too. I love that.
Yeah.
Love
cool,
that.
Cool. Hi to everybody out there. Hope all's well with you. Good to see you all again.
Yeah, we do. We certainly do.
Indeed, man. Indeed. Right, let's get started, as we say, D.
Back to another topic. What are you
Yes.
going to throw at me?
Well, seeing as that you mentioned Christmas, how does it go? 'Tis the season to be jolly. Right. This is the time where we all get bombarded and seduced, and I would say
Good word.
conned
Good word.
into being jolly. Right? Adverts on television,
Yeah.
on the radio, wherever you go, big billboard advertisements, Christmas markets, Black Fridays. Everybody just seems to be jolly, because that's what the society that I call a sick society, you know, tells everybody to be jolly. 'Tis the season to be jolly.
'Tis the season to be jolly. La 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 la.
Nice.
That's
Take
the
another
one.
drink, man. That's the one, D.
I need a mince pie.
Yes. Don't get me on mince pies. So I want to have a conversation with you, D, and everyone about the fact that, and it's not bar humbug with me, because I like Christmas, I like the concept of it, but when I see, as I mentioned, the adverts and it's getting everybody to be happy, it just makes me think how stupid. Well, two angles. How stupid are these media people in getting everybody to be happy when the vast majority of people aren't happy? But at the same time, they're not stupid because they're getting people to spend the money, and in most cases, money that they haven't got. So I want to just have a conversation, excuse me, with yourself and everybody else, whether or not Christmas should be like the World Cup every 4 years, as opposed to being every year, and every year it's the same old. Starting now in October, Christmas. You know what I mean? I went in the shop with the little one in October, and she said, "Dad, do you know what? Look, they've got Christmas stuff out already. What's going on?" And she's only 11 and thinking like that. And it's just this constant bombardment of, you got to spend money, you've got to do this, you've got to get that, you've got to get that. And I was just thinking, as you mentioned about the red jumper, maybe it should be like the World Cup Christmas every 4 years. And then...
What, in different countries? Like the World Cup?
Maybe, yeah. But the concept, Dave,
Yeah, I know you.
instead of it being
course,
every single year,
Yeah.
instead of it just being a monotonous, it's Christmas again, and then January comes and everybody's got the January blues and all that, maybe it might be an idea to just to have it, not to have it every year. What's your take on that? What do you think?
From what you've just said, if it was just if it was just a reason to buy presents, have drinks, eat as much as you want, overindulge, I would say yes. But if we go down that line, and I think we're losing the concept, I'm not saying you, but I'm saying I think we'd lose the concept of what Christmas is all about.
If we have it every 4 years.
Christmas is about Christ being born. That's what Christmas is.
Excuse
But
me.
we seem to have lost that concept.
Yeah.
And the marketeers, the commercial element, has even forgot. They don't hardly mention Christ was born.
Right.
And you may be religious, you may not be religious. But the truth is, Christmas was because to celebrate the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Right.
And what they've done, the marketeers, is made it into a commercial venture where we forget what it's all about, really, and therefore we just spend money to buy presents, to have drinks, to eat as much as we possibly can, and overindulging, and then suffer the consequences over the next few months because we've overspent, overindulged. For what? And we don't even realise. Some people don't go to church. Some people don't, go to mass. Some people, whatever it may be. And I'm not saying you should. All I'm saying is what Christmas should be. So if we did that every 4 years, then we've forgotten what really Christmas is all about, which is Christ was born.
But have we not forgotten it already, do you think?
Yeah, we have.
That's the case in
but
point.
why? But why take it even further for another 4 years? Because we definitely forget about it. Even probably the world of Christianity would forget about it. I don't know, but you asked me for my thought,
Yeah.
and I just thought, for that reason, no.
Right.
For the spiritual aspect, for me, anyway,
Yeah.
for Christmas, I mean, what do you guys think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Give us your thoughts, basically. But I understand where you're coming from
Right.
on the commercial aspect of it and the well-being aspect of it,
Right.
and how it affects people.
Yeah.
Because we're not all full of joy, and all the rest
Not
of
at
it.
all. And that's the thing, D, with me chucking the World Cup analogy into it.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be every 4 years, personally, but
Yeah.
I've heard people talk about it like that.
I have, funny enough, too.
Have you?
Yeah.
Right. And I get it to a degree. And I think where they're coming from, these people who say it should be like that, is because we would appreciate it more. But as you touched on, if you're not spiritually aware, you'll never appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll never appreciate
Yeah.
Christmas.
It could be every 10 years. Just,
And the only thing that you'll appreciate is the fact that it's Christmas. But if you're not doing the work on yourself, if I'm not doing the work on myself, we're not doing the work on ourselves, we'll never get to a point where we'll enjoy Christmas. Because we're missing the point, as you mentioned, in terms of what it's all about.
Well, it's not just Christmas, is it? It's everything.
Yeah, everything. But we're just touching on Christmas Day in terms of...
Because you're wearing a red jumper.
Because I'm wearing a red jumper and you brought it up. And it was a good topic to bring up. But, yeah, I just think... I see, and I see it more and more every day and every year, primarily because of the work that I do, more and more people, and you probably see it, everybody sees it, more and more people are more miserable. And I don't mean that negatively, but they're more miserable, they're more unhappy, they're more dreary in their thoughts and their outlook. So the vast majority do. So if that's the case then, and then those people, or us, get bombarded with it's Christmas, or we've got to do this, we've got to eat that, we've got to get this, we've got to buy that, we've got to get ourselves in debt to do this, then all it's doing is putting more pressure on those individuals. And if those individuals, this is the key point, D, if those individuals were doing the work on themselves, they would see it in a different light. As you just mentioned, no, hold on a minute, what is it all about this time of the year? What is it really all about? Is it all about really indulging? No, not really.
Is it about getting loved ones together, or people you know, or friends,
Right.
family?
Yeah.
And I know it's difficult for those that haven't got
Right.
friends, family, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
But then, as you quite rightly said, the pressure that you're putting on yourself, even if you have got friends and family, because I look at it and I go, oh,
Right.
4 grandkids,
Yeah.
2 kids,
Right.
wife,
Yes. Erwin, your friend.
next door neighbour, friends. Yeah. What do I do? I've got to buy all of this. What do you think? And
Right.
it is an added pressure.
Yeah. And that for me, D, and everyone, is not what it should be about. Even though we're in the habit, in the paradigm of buying gifts for everyone and being nice with everyone, that's what it's not all about. It's not about that. It's about recognising what this time of the year is all about, particularly the 25th of December, and having an awareness, a consciousness about it. And that should be it, really. That should be it. And I know it's not, because as you mentioned about the marketing and the marketeers, and we're bombarded with all this stuff. And that's why people get seduced and conned into it. Do you like that word? Every time I use that
Seduced.
word. Yeah.
I love that.
But that's what happens.
You do.
And then, like you say, Christmas Boxing Day comes, and then there's adverts about holidays.
And sales.
And
even though you just had a Black Friday sale.
Yeah. And so it gets to the point where I think, personally, D, what is it all about? And you've mentioned what it's all about,
Get
what
back
it's
to
truly
basics.
all about.
Get back to basics.
I believe that we should get back to basics, whether you're religious or not, whether you're spiritual or not. It's having that awareness to think,
This is all
hold on
about
a
just
minute.
family.
Yeah.
Getting people together that you truly love.
That you like
Or
and you
you
love.
miss.
Yeah. And that's
You haven't
it.
seen for years or whatever.
Not about
Not the pressure of...
having to buy this and get that and spend that and do this and do that and buy loads and loads of food that in the vast majority of cases we throw out.
Yeah.
It goes to waste.
Yeah. And there's so many homeless people that don't eat. That don't know when the next meal is coming from.
Right.
And we've got this fast Brussels sprouts that nobody likes.
I actually like them.
I like them too. But I never used to as a kid. But I guarantee there's kids out there who don't like Brussels sprouts.
True.
And what do they go?
Yeah.
In the bin. But
Right.
but because it's Christmas,
Right.
marketeers, you must have Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, and parsnips and this and that. And then there's a flip side of it, D. There's a side of it where, as you mentioned, people who haven't got family or friends, people who started this year on Skid Row, as it were, and who are going to end this year on Skid Row, but yet they're walking through Bournemouth Gardens, take for example, and all the lights are on, and the Christmas markets, and
Which is
wherever you
great,
live,
which
is great.
yeah.
But for them, those people who are really on that Skid Row, who are really on that low level, it must be even worse for them.
It tips a lot of people over the edge.
Yeah, it does.
You get a lot of suicides come January, February.
Right.
It's a known fact.
Yeah.
And is that leading because of Christmas?
It's because, yeah.
Who's
good
to
point.
say? But
who's to say?
It's a strange concept.
Yeah, but it's the bombardment of it that people such as I've just mentioned are looking round and on Skid Row and thinking, yeah, look at all the lights and everybody seems to be happy and everybody's going into the pubs and the clubs and this and that. And I'm still in the same situation. I'm not going to go and have a nice meal Christmas Day. I'm still going to be on the street. And it's not about being holier than thou in terms of what we're talking about. It's just that consciousness around it, and how it affects everyone.
Yeah, we just have to be mindful what Christmas really, really is, and not take it to the point where you're stressing yourself out. And be fortunate, because we are fortunate.
Yeah.
We are in a position that, yes, we can buy a Christmas tree. Yes, we can sit down with friends, family.
Right.
We can have a meal. We can go for walks. And there are a lot of people out there that haven't got any of that. And it's good to be able to kind of, once when we were living in another place, we volunteered to help feed the homeless.
Right.
Because I just thought, that's okay, call it ego, but I just thought it's a nice thing to do. And it was a time where We didn't go and see family.
Why would you bring ego into it?
On Christmas Day.
Why would you bring ego into it?
Because I felt good doing it.
Right.
And I just thought, yeah, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of us for going out there and doing a soup kitchen type thing for people that weren't fortunate as I was fortunate, and we were fortunate. So that year, I remember we didn't see any family. Well, that's a lie. We went Boxing Day afterwards to see family, friends, etc.
Yeah.
But Christmas Day was feeding other people, and I just think just little things like that we have to be mindful of, because we are, as I said before, very privileged to be in a situation where we can eat, have shelter, have that love, have that joy. But you've got to put it in perspective. Just put it all in perspective.
Yeah. And the perspective for me, D, is if we can do these kind of things in this month of the year, why can't we do it in the previous 11 for people? And this is what I mean about how superficial it is. You know, all the best and all that, and you know, and all that kind of stuff. But come January, everybody's like looking at each other,
thinking
that they don't even want to speak to each other. Do you know what I mean?
Well, we talk about that period of time, January, February. A lot of families break up.
Yeah.
People come together, and they go, right, that's it. I'm done. I'm done.
But it's supposed to be the season to be jolly.
To be jolly.
But it's not, is
There's
it,
so
in reality?
much pressure on that jolliness.
Yes.
Is it really jolly?
No, it's not. Unless you're conscious
of
what it's all about.
Yeah.
And then you can enjoy yourself, you can celebrate in terms of what it's all about, but not go over the top with it to the point where, I mentioned it's like a pendulum life. It swings from happiness to depression to happiness, if you're watchful, right?
Yeah.
And it's the same with this month of the year. Everybody's happy, but come January, it'll go the other way. Now, unless those individuals are doing the work on themselves to see it and to be conscious of it, as we're having a conversation about it now, when it swings the other way, you're still going to be all right, because you know what it's all about.
You're balanced.
You're balanced.
Yeah.
You're balanced.
Yeah.
But if you're not, and you're just swinging that way, oh, great, this, that, you've got to be prepared for when it goes the other way.
Yeah.
And don't forget, it's still dark, and it's still cold, and it's still wet, and all that kind of thing. But you've got nothing to look forward to, because Christmas is gone. But if you was working on yourself, people who were working on themselves, they'd have everything to look forward to, because it'd be like, right, I'll only need to do the work on it. If I'm now feeling depressed because it's now January, why am I feeling depressed? I need to do the work on it. And then February, March, and all that, and then Christmas comes again, and you're in that balanced frame of mind.
Yeah.
But most people aren't like that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It's tilted too far.
Too far. Most people aren't like that.
Because that commercial world has pushed you, or you've allowed it to push you in that direction where you're then unbalanced.
Yeah.
To the point where you think, how am I going to get through this?
Yeah. Good point. Good word you made. You've allowed this. Because we allow it.
Yeah.
We allow it. You can switch that television off and say, I'm not being bombarded with this. You can swerve all this, whatever they have, these markets, and even though they're nice and look nice, you can still be conscious of not getting sucked into it.
You
can't, you, D?
Well, you can. You have a choice. You have a choice.
Yeah.
I have a choice.
Right. Everybody else has
have
a choice.
Yeah.
But it's we don't have a choice if we're not conscious. If we're not conscious, we've no choice. Then we're getting seduced. Then we're getting sucked in. Then we get into the point where we're just falling for everything.
It's
as we mentioned on the previous one. Did you remember that? If you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything or anyone. So if you're not standing for something in this point of the year, you're going to fall for it.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? You're going to fall for it. You mentioned right at the top, D, about what it's all about. So if you're not standing for something, if you're not conscious of what it's all about, then you're going to fall for it, like most people do. Oh, I'll buy this. Oh, I'll buy that. Oh, I'll spend this. or rack up my credit card on this. Sod it. Why not? Let's do it.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
That's the word. That's the magic word.
Yeah. That's the reason
That allows you to do it.
That allows you to do it because it's Christmas. But
what does it really mean?
But you're missing the point.
Yeah.
So, to bring this thing down for a landing, Dean, everyone, 'tis the season to be jolly. Is it really? Is it really? If you're conscious, it is. If you're unconscious, you won't be jolly. It's not possible, Dean. Think about it. It's not possible to be jolly in this season. That said, we must be jolly if you're not conscious about what it's all about. So it'd be interesting to get your views in terms of this discussion with D and I, in terms of where you stand with it, and put your comments in the comments section and let us know. But that's it from me, D. You need to say a few words.
Yeah. I think a good discussion, especially coming up to this time of the year. And as Erwin says, season to be jolly. Everything's in moderation. Just remember that. And just remember those that haven't got what the majority of us have got. Because I think it's, this time of the year, it's just so important. And to relay that to your children as well.
Yes.
Because that's so important for them to appreciate what they have got.
Right.
When they've got 22 Barbie dolls and a car and all the rest of it.
Or a 1 billion-inch flat screen television.
Some kids might.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Excuse me.
and guys, it's always good for you to talk. It's always good for you to, and thank you for listening.
Yes.
And we appreciate it. So please continue to like. And I'm loving it. And have we hit 200 yet?
Yes, 202.
202 subscribers. That's
Brilliant.
brilliant. I mean, we wanted 200 by the end of the year. So thank you. Please like, please subscribe, and please share to as many people as you possibly can. Thank you.
Be seeing you.